Welcome back to Brand Life. My name is Dave Carrol. Great to have you here. This is your community portal. Stories about people who are doing all kinds of interesting things you'll see week after week right here on Brand Life. And if you've got a story to tell, something going on, a community event, a show, a play, you got a new puppy, go to rogerstv.com. Maybe not the puppy one, but I think I could pull 8 minutes out of You Got a New Puppy. That's just the kind of host I am. Go to rogerstv.com and you could be here telling your story. With me right now is Vincent Ball, whom most of you know from a very different medium altogether. Vince is one of the writers for the Brantford Expositor, so if you've heard news in the last little while, it's come out of Vince's fingers, quite likely, as well as RJ Borg. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
But we are having a very different discussion than I've ever had with you, Vince, about some people don't realize that Vince is an accomplished playwright. So how many plays have you written?
Well, this will be my third. The first one was Doing Our Bit, and the second one was Veteran of Vimy, and this one, of course, is Sisters in Solace, and they're all based on local history and the First World War. So yeah, this is my third one, and I'm really looking forward to the production.
So what got you into? Because it's a specific theatrical focus. What got you into writing theater about the war?
Well, years ago, I wrote a story for the Expositor on the 90th anniversary of the Battle for Vimy Ridge, and that got me, the information that I used for that story came from a friend of mine by the name of Geoffrey Moyer, who's with the Great War Centenary Association, and I just fell in love with the letters that were sent home from the front of the soldiers describing their experiences, what they saw, what they felt, how they missed their home, and so that kind of got me really interested, and I really wanted to write a book, but you know, I'm a storyteller, not a historian, not an academic. And so what is the outlet for that? Well, playwriting would be a cool thing to do. And I started off, and with the help of Peter Muir from Brant Theatre Workshops, who's kind of been a mentor for the writing part of it, I said, I'm going to try this. And I just fell in love with writing plays, especially about that era and that time, and tying it in with local history.
So on the nights where you don't have to type out council meetings, you go, all right, I'm going to enjoy this evening and do that.
It is fun. It's enjoyable writing.
So RJ, you're one of the actors in the show.
Indeed I am.
So what do you play?
I play Leroy. I'm a character who's a soldier in the war. I fight beside Arn and Billy. I'm part of the squad. And I'm mostly in the background and stuff, and I'm in the flashbacks of the play.
Oh wow! So what got you into acting? What was the motivation?
Well, motivation for me in acting was actually when I was in grade 9 going into grade 10. I had watched a music video called "Bat Out of Hell," and I loved the energy that I saw
Meatloaf,
there.
Bat Out of Hell?
I seen the energy there, and I was like,
"Oh my lord!"
There's something
I did
there.
not figure Meatloaf was going to be the response.
Oh,
to this, but all right.
He is, because he was really he's what got me to aspire to perform in the dramatic arts, because there's something about that passion.
Wow.
It just got immense inside of me, and when I went to drama, I was like, I'm gonna kill it as much as I can, and I loved it.
The best.
I tried and I thrived to be the best that I possibly could be, and it really paid off because I did extremely well in my classes. I still do drama to this day, but it wasn't until the summer of 16 when I first auditioned for Brant Theatre, in which I did walk in my mocks. I got lead first try, and I was like, all right, and
I'm an actor now.
I'm an actor. This is the business. So it just really took off from there, because when you start doing one show, it picks up into this whole entire world. You get new connections. You meet more wonderful people that lead to just more opportunities. Because after I did that show, I led into Generations. I did the Nutcracker, and it's just all these local shows, and I want to immense out as much as I possibly can. It's, like I said, aspire to be performing arts.
Buddy, you are full of life. I buy everything you just said there. You are emanating the meatloaf. That's amazing. Okay, so this is a very interesting dynamic here, because I didn't realize that this was a thing. So before the show started, the playwright was meeting the actor for the first time, and I realized that as the show is being done, Vince, as the writer, you haven't seen any of it.
No,
they don't even let you. They don't even let you in.
Well, of course not, because one of the reasons being is that you're working with people, and everybody's got their job to do, right? My job was to come up with a script that the actors are going to like and that they can work with, and that reflects the local history, right? But once I complete that, and we go through the write and the rewrites and all those things that we do. It gets handed off to Peter, and then it's his responsibility after that. My baby is delivered to him, and he takes it from there. One of the rules Peter said was, and I don't think it would really happen like this, but he says, if you show up to rehearsals, Vince, all we're going to do is fight. So you stay home and do that. I'll do the rehearsal. So it was kind of interesting. I did show up to one rehearsal just to pop in to say hello to people, right? But yeah, that's right. There is a division between all that. Now, one thing that I want to make sure happens this time, though, is I want to get a picture of with the cast, because I love the cast and I love the energy that they get and the way they do it and the energy that they put into the performances. It's just amazing. It's really a lot of fun, and you feel kind of honored to have people take my words and make the play, and they put their energy. I mean, the theater people are wonderful people. They are wonderful people to be around, because as you saw, the passion that they bring to their roles and into the play, into the drama, is outstanding. You can't help but be attracted to it and want to be a part of it.
Okay, so we got about a minute and a half. The show is Sanderson Center, November 5th and 6th. Somebody give me your elevator speech on what is this play? What's the essence of this? Why does it exist?
Well, essentially what the play is, it's about, it takes place in World War I, and it's actually based on some true events that actually transpired during the First World War. So it's about this character named Arn and a character named Mac, Mac being the white guy and Arn being the native guy. So during the war in no man's land, there was a lot of dead and wounded that were just scattered all over the place, and there wasn't really much being done for them. So when they were told that they might just be left there, that's when the native side was like, well, that isn't right. We need to at least attempt something to help save them. So they would go out in like little packs, and they try to bring back the wounded so that they can help them. And essentially what happens is Mac ends up being one of the people being in the field, and when he doesn't like Arn ends up being the one that saves him, and a lot more happens, and you'll have to see the show for that.
Amazing.
Ultimately, it's a play about the First World War, a specific battle for Hill 70. It's about the Brant County Six Nations contribution to that battle, but ultimately, I think it's a play about reconciliation as well, because you've got a character in Mac who's a bit of a bigot, maybe just ignorant, racist, whatever phrase you want to use, but he gets saved by somebody from Six Nations, and he realizes the error of his ways. Hope I didn't give away
And
too
that's
much.
a story right there.
I don't know. Did you?
I think I did. I think I gave away too much story.
Well, listen, this is November 5th and 6th. If you're a person that goes, hey, there's nothing that happens in Brantford, well, you're wrong. This is exactly the kind of thing that you should come be a part of. Talks about our own history and is developed and acted locally. So thanks, guys. I appreciate this. I learned part about the theater today. I didn't, and I learned something about how meatloaf inspires locals. So that's good. We'll be right back after this with more Brant Life.